the best decision for which one is right for you.
Hey guys! Alright, so I am totally trying this out. I have to figure out how to get the chat going. But you guys can tell I figured out how to get the screen up, at least the background. And now I just need to know where I can find the chat. So just a minute here. Let's see. We're still happy settings. This is high-tech stuff. Excellent streaming. You know what? Let me see if I can log on my phone. And try to watch it while I'm streaming it. Switch accounts here. Sorry for the technical difficulties. This is the first time I am using new software. So I want to make sure I can get it to you guys. And it'll be a learning curve. And then it will be done there. Aha, I'm live. I see it live. But is that Okay. Can you guys hear me? Is there any feedback? Do you have echo now? Okay. All right. Any echo now? Do you guys hear it? I got the chat on my phone. All right. Okay. Thanks guys for joining me. All right. So basically, you guys can see everything okay. You can hear everything else. You still have the echo? Really? I think if I turn this off though. Can you hear me at all? Can you hear anything? Hello, test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Okay, so there's no echo now? Still an echo? Weird. I turned off the microphone over here. Okay, let me try this. Okay, microphone, stream only. No more echo. Okay, perfect, guys. So I think I know what I need to do in the future. Thank you for your help. Great. All right. So we'll get into it. If anybody out there doesn't follow me on Twitter, definitely do. I have been tweeting out some amazing stuff. This is my watch list. But if you go, let's go to right over here to media, right here. And you can see I've been putting out some key levels of price action to watch on some stocks like this on Amazon on Friday, right? 1729.47, and I was like, okay, this is an important one to watch. That was right at the open, right? So we go to Amazon on Friday, put it on a 15-minute chart. Again, 68,000 at 1729, right? Well, what happened on Friday? I don't know why I got this fib here. Let's remove that. I'm sorry, you know what? That wasn't Friday. Correction. That was November 7th. Because Thursday and Friday I was taking care of my little one because she is sick. So I missed the market, unfortunately. But if we go, so November 7th, I said 1729, right? 1729.47. If that's broken to the upside, but we also have back here at open, right at open, I said, okay, watch 1673, right? So 1673, we're looking at right down here. What did it do all day long, right? It ran up, and then I had that 1729.49. I said, watch that level, guys, because that's important, which was right here where they sold some off and it came down and then it broke it and continued to run up. So definitely watch on Twitter if you don't already, because I'm definitely putting out some important stuff there, making it fairly easy to profit when you just see the big levels early in the morning of volume. I mean, the volume will talk, right? We'll see that these are the big players. 68,000 shares of Amazon is pretty big. So watch that. I might be doing that more like of an alert service, but I did post as well on CJ Trade about what I think is going on with the market. Are we there? Are we not? We'll go over that though in the weekend review. And you know, definitely sign up for the watch list. I've got some great stocks there. Modern Trader Summit, it's time to start talking about it. It's not going to be in Orlando. It's going to be here in Montreal. I think I'm going to do it in a different location every year. And I'm going to try to put this over here so I can see you guys if you guys put any questions up in the chat. I'm going to do it somewhere different every year so that we get people locally as well that can't necessarily travel, because I know not everyone can travel. And I had some people local from Orlando last year, and so we're going to do it up here. June is a gorgeous time of the year up here in Montreal. Lots of stuff going on outside of our event. And we'll go ahead and we'll get into the watch list for the week. We'll go ahead and look at the indexes, the SPY. We'll pull it out on the year chart. If you guys have any questions, shoot it up. Right now, look, there's this big level right here of resistance. We tested here, tested it again. We had, so back here we had Amazon, we had Google, we had Facebook, report here, we had Netflix. So, you know, the market, and then we had the midterm elections on Tuesday. It ran up on Wednesday, pulled back on Thursday, and it looks like we could potentially be selling off again. We do have the 200-day moving average right here, which it touched on Friday. So if that breaks, we do have the 4 EMA, the 8 EMA, and the 15 EMA right here, where it closed below the 4 EMA. So I'm thinking, and this is a downward trend on the daily chart right here. This was a prior, you know, this was prior resistance here on the daily chart as well. So it looks like we haven't broken this 50-day moving average. The 200-day moving average might be support. If we break that this week, I think we're definitely going down further back down to test this trend line, which was actually on the monthly chart. If I back it out to a monthly chart, you will see that that is where we bounced before when we had the downward trend in February. We bounced there again in April, and then we tested it here. You can't see because of the lines, but we did test it here back in October. And so I would say, you know, it might act as support again going forward. We'll go ahead and look at NASDAQ. We'll bring it to our daily chart. So NASDAQ right now is still holding below that trend, and it looks like it's downward turning, as well as the Russell. It looks like we're tested this support right here. You know, could be an upside down head and shoulders forming, or it could be pretty much like a double top, and we're going to continue down and selling off where we had that dead cat bounce. So we sold off, we bounced, had the midterms, and now people could be selling it down further. So we shall see really what happens in the week ahead. But if we look at, you know, we look at the big boys, we look at Facebook. What happened? Is Facebook looking healthy? No, it's continuing to sell off. How about Apple? Okay, Apple had a little bounce, didn't break the averages, continuing to sell off. We've got the 200-day moving average down here at 193. This is the only one of the FANG stocks that did not break through the 200-day moving average. When we look at Amazon, we just broke above it on Wednesday, and then it looks like it might test it, might hold it as support 1684. So watch that level for Amazon. If that breaks down further, I think we will continue on back down to the 1490 level, definitely 1500, but down to 1490. Had a dream that Amazon broke down further. Netflix as well. Netflix not breaking above that 200-day moving average and curling back down again on this downward trend line. It didn't break that. I have no idea what that trend line is there, so we'll get rid of that one. And then on Google. So Google, same scenario, broke the 200-day moving average. All the averages are looking down. So to me, the market, as long as these big name stocks are not bouncing, is giving me the impression that people are not looking to put their money into the big, large cap stocks, potentially smaller caps. But I think that it looks like it's going to be going downward. Now, we do have, let's go ahead and put up 4 windows here. So we've got, not Google, but it'll take a second here. All right, so we've got ACB, we have Tilray, we have CGC, and we have Crone. All of these, hello NASDAQ SE, all of these are going to be reporting on this upcoming week. They're going to be reporting their earnings. All right, that might be a bad idea. Too much bandwidth going on here, guys. Let's see if I can just go out and come back in. So, sorry, I've got the sniffles. We've got a little bit of cold up here. So all of the Canadian cannabis stocks will be reporting earnings this week. So it should be fairly interesting to see what happens with them. They did drop down, Aurora, I don't remember what day. I think it was the 19th that it went public on New York Stock Exchange, and then it dropped down and it had a bit of a recovery. But I'd say looking to break that 834 level would be pretty crucial to the upside. And then CGC as well, they've just all sort of been following the same trend. Tilray as well, they've all got that same trend to them, and Crone. So all of these, they were trying to go ahead and get the sales in for their earnings report, so that these are probably all going to have pretty stellar earnings, in my opinion, coming forward for their third quarter reporting on sales, because all of a sudden it went legal and many of them didn't have enough in stock. So definitely watch the cannabis sector this week. Overall, for earnings trades, they'll just be volatile. And getting into the longs for the week, as you guys know, if you're new to following me, I used to have my Series 7 back in 2001, but it is no longer current. So please do your own due diligence. Please trade at your own risk, as no results are guaranteed, and you do need to trade with proper risk management. All right, so the bandwidth is eating it up right now, but we'll do it on the daily chart here. So Hertz, I would say keep this one on watch. Obviously had reporting of earnings right here, surprise downward of $1.15, yet it still ran up. So I would put support at $18.95 and resistance at $19.87. Staples are having a big party. And also, oh, I forgot to put in the float and the short float volume. We'll get that in on the chart on Instagram and Twitter. So Ruby as well had earnings back here, and then it had 2 crazy days of running up. So put this one on watch. Support of 430, resistance of 447. And UBNT had a nice breakout right here. So it broke out, it ran up with earnings. I would say support of 108, resistance of 112.02. UEIC, which I've got a couple lines here because this is the first support that needs to be broken. you know what, NASDAQ, I'll look at it really quickly. Once we do the charts, I'll go ahead and give you guys the floats and the short float volume information. I forgot to put it on the chart today on my spreadsheet. I always do a spreadsheet every week. Let's see, can you guys see it? Yeah, spreadsheet every week of everything, and I just forgot to put in the float numbers. My little one is sick, so I'm lucky to be able to get this done today, actually, while they are sleeping. So support of 35.85, resistance of 37.30, and then 38.95 and 40.90. Those are going to be the levels to watch on UEIC. And then Revlon is the last one for the longs. So right here, 27.10 and 29.15. 27.10 for support, 29.15. And let's just go, I'll finish up the shorts as well. Oops, let's go back here. Typed it in the wrong spot. We have Skyworks, which is going to be the first one on the short list, which I would put at support of 76 and resistance of 77.11. Definitely some bandwidth being taken up with the live streaming, guys. 76.02, 76, and 77.11. Let's see if I try this again. No, I can do it up here though. So if we put it to the 15-minute chart, you can see on Friday it did drop down below, above, but it looks like that's a consolidation area that I would look for it to be broken. We also have AD&T. Now all of these on the short list did hit 52-week lows this week, so that's why really I look for them to have continuation, especially after earnings. Many more people will sell off. Many times you'll see institutional massive selling the next day. They typically tend to trend for about 3 days and then potentially reverse. So AD&T, I would look for support of 21.60, 22.16 for resistance. We have HDP, which I would say a support of 16.25, resistance of 16.50. You can see it just sort of dropped all day. We also have Tesoro, beaten down. Oh, been beaten up beyond belief. Let's look at the one-day chart. So this is pretty much for the year here. You can see they just had a nasty year. Went from, 90 on down to now 25 area. So support of 23.47, resistance of 26.81. Hello, Tesla 3. And then last one is Marriott Vacations for the short. You can see, look at this, that's pretty nasty right there, going from 98 on down to support of 79. Nice 20-point drop. I mean, a lot of these stocks are just not looking good. There's more 52-week lows that are appearing instead of 52-week highs or all-time breakouts. One that did have an all-time breakout, I'm trying to think, it was Starbucks this week. Starbucks had an all-time breakout right here and ran up. So it looks like it's hitting resistance right here, but if 69 breaks, that might be a good potential long. However, volume is dropping here. Tesla, I will look at Tesla for you. Other potential longs are INFN, in Finera. So they had earnings and it's running up. They do have a gap to the upside here from 470 up to 520. So that might be a smaller dollar stock that would be good for a longer term swing. And TiVo here as well, same scenario, had earnings, looks like it found support down here around the 1040 area and closed up at, the close of the day was 1105. So it could go ahead and come on up and test that 1250 area depending on what happens with the market and how they decide it's going to run. You can see that the dividends, they do tend to report short after earnings, so you might have an ex-dividend date that will drop it down a little bit as well. All right, so you wanted to look at Tesla. Let's see here. So Tesla is looking good. It looks like it might have hit resistance up here. Looking at it, I'll put it on the 15-minute chart. For me, I would say, draw some quick resistance and support lines here. I would say immediately it would need to break 351.51, then 354 would be the next test, and then up here 357. Those would be the resistance levels I would look for on the way up, and then on the way down I would look for 346.82 to be broken, and then potential target if that gets broken down to 343.16. Do you guys like this? Do you like it when I do it live? Let me know. Shoot me your feedback either in the comments or in the chat. Trying to get more proactive and be online with you guys a bit more. Just learned how to do this live streaming with XSplit, so that's pretty cool. And thank you guys for the feedback with the audio and visual aspect as well. You know, I always try to do this stuff to help you guys in the longer term. If you are only able to trade long and the market is tanking, which I think it might be doing, TVIX is a potential way to trade the drop in the market. It will be an inverse reaction to the market, as well as the VIX. TVIX is going to be 3 times, VIX is going to be regular movement with the S&P. So that is one way that you can trade this to the long side while the market is dropping. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate that. And thank you, NASDAQ. Those are just some ideas. If you see that the market is tanking, like you started to see it sell off on Friday, let's see if it'll let me do a split screen without eating up all the bandwidth. You can see that it will be direct correlation. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So here you can see that as this is dropping right here, this is going up. So if you see that the market starts to sell off and you're only able to trade long, you could trade VXX or TVIX as potentials, but not the best to hold long term because they will decay in value overall. So you can see right here it reversed. It was at 34.21 and this hit a bottom here as well. So those are ways that you can profit even when the market is going down. And as always, guys, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. If there's anything you want to hear on my vlog as well, I've started sharing a bit more of my personal life in the middle of the week. Let me know. And, you know, definitely check out the Modern Trader Summit coming up. It's going to be in June. I don't have the exact date yet. Looking for that 3rd weekend up here in Montreal. Really excited about that. And I'm excited about a new partnership I have coming up, which you guys will be hearing about shortly. Have a great day. Trade smart. Trade with proper risk management this week. And carpe profit. Have a great one, guys. Bye. Now I have to figure out how to turn it off.